What up? It's your boy Bazz. You're tuned in to Ends Podcast. Today, man, we're going to go a little bit more in depth, man. We're going to keep it hip-hop. We're going to keep it street. It's just like, the boy Dave East just dropped a brand new Survival, man. And I had a chance to listen to it, man, so I'm going to give a little feedback on what my thoughts was. The track that everybody's been talking about, the track that been top of the line right now as far as conversation was the track that he did in honor of Nipsey Hussle, where he had Snoop Dogg come on there. I think that was Snoop Dogg came on there and said a few bars. It was real deep. It was real like that was a real tribute type song And I ain't gonna lie to you, I wasn't really expecting to hear that on his album. I thought it was gonna be more like, I know the album is a lot about his life, but I feel like this really got a lot in depth about his life and about his relationship that he had with just Nipsey Hussle. And you can actually see that he had a real impact on him, that, he made a whole song towards him, and, and even had Snoop Dogg, that West Coast connection, come on there and really get more in depth with that. Another song I like was that Me and Mines. That Me and Mines was pretty dope. It kind of really just went more into depth, you feel me? It was I feel like that got that more of that upbeat, that more of that, that's that more lit song. The Marathon Continues, that was more of a more emotional song. That was more lit to me, in a sense. And then that Mama I Made It. Mama I Made It was another song that really had you kind of think. I feel like everybody can kind of relate to. It was funny because I was actually watching the Dave East Survival documentary, mini little documentary series, and he was going over his mom laying down some of the ad libs and some of just some of the voice layovers for for the songs or whatever. And it was crazy because it was it really had you kind of go back into your times. And I just remember me and my moms, man, we used to get into it. Especially when I was the last one in the house, man, we used to get into it, man. I remember it was times where man, she was man, you ain't getting up. You better find your way to school. You feel me? Then she was out the crib, then it was I had to, make sure I get to school at one point in time, you feel me? Or you feel me? But she was just always just on me, man, get up, get ready, get out, do something. And I remember at one point in time when I end up, getting into a little situation, I had to go back to the crib for a couple months. I was just living back at home for a little bit. Man, she was always on me, you gonna get a job, you be gone for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then you come back and chill. What you doing? You feel me? You need to get a job, you need to do this, you need to do that. But at that time, I was just really on the grind. And I wasn't really thinking about, I had a plan to get a 9 to 5, but that was if this don't work out, this is just the plan, this is that 9 to 5 route that I was looking at. But it was just it just reminded me of that, her always just reminded me, just to get up. Get up, get out, go do something. You feel me? Don't just be sitting around. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go and go get it. Go meet it. You feel me? Go meet the greatness. So, just listening, to Dave East, I gotta dissect it a little bit more, but just listening to it so far, you can kind of get a little understanding of his life story, whereas what I like to say, the pain and the glory come from, and you understand what's the recipes when it comes down to making Dave East. So if you haven't heard it already, man, go listen to Survival, man. And it's out on every major platform. It's, you can go find on every major platform, you feel me? From Spotify to Apple Music to YouTube. But it's pretty lit, man. They were my top 3. The Mama I Made It. I like The Marathon Continues. I like Me and Mines. He had another track on there. Man. he had another track on there. I'm trying to think about what it was called, but it was I was just listening to it. He had Lil Baby on there. That track was pretty dope. It was a combination of like South and New York, but you can actually see the difference in their sound. But it was dope that they was able to put that on the same track. You know, Dave East got a different type of storytelling, lyrical sense with Lil Baby. He also tell a story, but his is more like lit. It's more about the rhythm. You feel me? It's more, his is more about the flow. You feel me? Like he got the lyrics too, but his flow is what really kind of get him. You feel me, like that umph to it, cause he be riding the beat a certain type of way, which Dave East also ride the beat, but it's like he telling like a more descriptive story. But man, they say that's the difference between the two. But it's your boy Bazz, and if y'all like the music review that we do so far, for you a music artist, man, you feel me? Shout us out, man. We'll shout you out on the next episode, man. And also, we got a music review service. Y'all can click that link in the description below if y'all want to, see the details about that. See how the next time we can review your music. Matter of fact, we would love to review your music or possibly even get you in on the interview. But it's your boy Bazz. We about to be out of here. Show that free support, like, share. Also, if you like what I'm talking about, go ahead and subscribe. And always show that free love, man. Show that free love, man. Hit that like button, man. And if you loud and proud with it, go ahead and cop that Ends merch. And like I said, if you're an artist, you need music promotion, or you want to be featured, you want a music review, or music interview, man, go ahead and hit the music services down below. We got you. It's Ends Media. You feel me? Ends Podcast. And we out of here.